Hi everyone, if you have a question as always, raise your hand and we'll come to you. Ready? We'll kick off with John from the middle.
Hello.
These are the sort of games, I mean, it's so important, aren't they, in the grand scheme of things. It's, you know, when you battle, you keep the clean sheet and you really get it done. How important is this as a victory in that context of the season?
I fully agree with you. I just told to the boys that probably I value more this victory than any other victory this season, because we knew the difficulty of it. You come after playing every 3 days. You have a big opportunity as well with the things that happened during this weekend, and I knew, we play against a team that, in my opinion, has been one of the best recently in terms of organization, how difficult they made it, how frustrated they can make you, and the moment that you lose that concentration, they will punish you for sure. And we have managed to be very stable, playing the game that we have to play. In the first half, a bit stuck. We find the way to score the goal. In the second one, we attacked better and we were more fluent. But with 1-0, we knew that we had to suffer, because it's a team that has scored goals to any other opponent this season. So to keep the clean sheet again was very, very important.
James, CBS.
Mikel, you said on Friday you want the crowd to play the game with you. I don't know if you saw the moment in the 95th moment where the ball flew back in from the crowd. You must be appreciating that to slow down the long track.
There were a few moments, and when I describing that is, so Ricky goes in the floor and puts a tackle, Julian the same, the way Victor was chasing every second ball. Some individual actions on the ball as well that I think we are getting better again, and the crowd is playing now the game with us, and it makes such a difference. So yeah, thanks to them.
You mentioned the first half the team were a bit stuck. Would you say that's down to Palace being good?
Big credit to them, because you try to do something, they can adjust it, the way they are set up, they don't jump to things, they don't get attracted to things. The two outside players in the back line, they are really aggressive, so it's really difficult to find those spaces. And then, the moment they regain the ball, they have a focal point on Arteta, two runners, and you have to be very disciplined, because the moment that you lose that on top of the two wing-backs running, you can get very, very exposed. So, I said to the boys, it's going to be a long match. We have to be really stable emotionally, very direct when we have the opportunities to attack them, and we're going to have to take our chances because it's not going to be that many.
And just injury-wise, how's Declan?
Yeah, well, the first one was Willie, that obviously had to be out after the first half. Declan as well was struggling from the first half with a knock that he took, and who was the other one? Ricky as well. So yeah, let's see how they recover.
Tom for London.
Mikel, there's a number of times in the last two seasons where your title rivals would have dropped points, and in those weekends you weren't able to capitalise. Obviously, this weekend has been perfect for Arsenal, with Liverpool and City dropping points. Were you aware, or the team aware at half time of the City result? Was that a motivation anyway to go out in a second?
No, I wasn't aware. I just found out at the end of the game. I think most of the players as well. They not allowed the phones at half time, so hopefully they didn't know about it, maybe through the staff. But yeah, I think a really positive weekend for us, especially because we did what we had to do, and then it shows you the difficulty of the league and how complicated it is to win games.
Sam Telecom.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
I've spoken before about magic moments and Enzo's goal today. Is that the kind of moment you signed him for?
Yes, 100%. I think to strike the ball in the manner they did it, where he did it very similarly last year, but against us, when he scored from that corner directly on the post. So he's got the ability to do that. We know against a team that defend with that many bodies, so physical, don't allow any space. The 9 defending your base player, you have to generate chaos or open space at some moments to generate big chances, and he took the ball and the goal really well.
Simon.
Mikel, another one was Martinelli at the end. He was limping and he went down the tunnel with the physio. Is he okay? Yeah,
I think so. We have to check that one, but he was a bit uncomfortable. He said he felt something. We don't know whether it's a muscular issue or not. So tomorrow we'll have more news.
And was Saka just tactical change?
With Bukayo, yeah, he's been ill. He hasn't trained really, so we didn't know whether he was going to be fit. So he made a big effort to be available today. The doctor was brilliant as well to guide us, to give the best opportunity as well, to be in the best possible condition. So he's managed to play a few minutes, but the longer the game went, he was going to fatigue and risk an injury, and we didn't want to take that risk.
Jordan, son.
Mikel, I know it's early, but it's 6 points ahead of Man City, 7 ahead of Liverpool. Are you almost surprised at how it's panned out so far, that you have got such a good lead early on that you can now build on?
Well, we are where we are. It's credit to us because we've been very, very consistent, but knowing the difficulty of every match as well. So it is early, doesn't mean anything other than let's keep doing a lot of things that we're doing really well, but there are things to improve to give us better margins as well.
Gary Times?
Mikel, can you just clarify what the injuries are to the players? No.
No, because I don't know. No, because I don't want to tell you, because I don't really know. On Willie, there are two things related to his substitution, and with Declan, I don't really know because it was a knock, but I don't know if it's the calf or it was the Achilles or what exactly it was.
James, ESPN?
There's inevitably going to be a lot of focus on Eze today playing against his former team. I mean, can you just talk a bit about how he handled the emotion of that and just the occasion for him as a whole?
I didn't see any difference. He's super relaxed always before the game, always a big smile on his face. He's desperate to play games, and I haven't noticed anything different. It might be inside him, obviously. He's been there a long time. He's got such a strong feelings and gratitude to Crystal Palace, and today was a very special game for him.
Okay, we'll do the last couple. First, gentleman here. Yeah.
On a weekend where a couple of managers have mentioned the manner of goals and set-piece goals and long throws, how happy does it make you to score the way that you scored today?
Well, in any way, it doesn't make any difference how difficult. I think they all have the same value. We are noticing, obviously, a shift, but the moment that physicality increases, methods that are implemented are more efficient, and the game is more difficult to play because you can constrain spaces because physically you are better and you are better work. You have to find ways to score in different ways, and that's I think what everybody's trying to do.
Okay, finally Nick at the back.
I was just going to ask about Emirates Stadium as well, because the spotlight was on him today to produce against his former supporters, his teammates, and he delivered with a spectacular goal. That's not really easy to do, is it?
No, it's not. That's what big players do, and he's certainly a big player, and hopefully that's going to give him a big boost and confidence to generate many more moments like this, because that's the moments that sometimes define a season.
Okay, Rob. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Gentleman here, please.
It's defended well for the most part of the games, but didn't really create many chances at the other end. How did you see the game?
Yes, good summary. But I haven't seen many teams creating a lot of chances here, honestly. I think we had a few moments where we could have been more dangerous. We missed a few opportunities to create more chances, because it took us just too long. But on the other side, also credit to Arsenal, how quick they recovered. When I see just in second half, I think there were 2 or 3 times we found Ismail Assar in the pocket, and then Declan Rice recovered and stole the ball instead of having an overload, because he made pressure, but just took us too long, and that's why we couldn't create more. But on the other side, how we didn't give them a lot, but a little bit too much in one situation. We made 2 mistakes and got punished, and that's why we lost at the end.
How disappointed were you with Pino's tackle for the free kick? To give him the opportunity to set these like that?
Yes, I said it was a silly foul, but on the other side, and it's easy to say now I have, I don't know, 60 hard frequency, he has 160. In many situations we always ask him to double up against Saka, and in this moment he thought he gets the ball, but he was a little bit too late. But on the other side we cleared the cross, and then we were sleeping on the edge of the box. And mention it now quite often in all the interviews, and when you give Eze a free shot inside the box, it's very often it's a goal. We benefited from this situation last year quite often. Today we suffered, but as I mentioned, 2 mistakes in one situation is too much when you play here at the Emirates against Arsenal, who are in a fantastic shape.
Oliver, can I just ask, what specifically do you see about Arsenal that makes them so difficult to break down?
Everything, I think they were 3 times in a row second in the league.
Yep.
Yeah. Investing 300 million, having fantastic players, having a great manager, having a clear structure. So then you play on the top level of the world, and this is what they're showing. Consistency, always analyzing what kind of players they need to add to the squad to make the next level. Now over years, not just this summer. When I see Declan Rice, 2-3 years ago, and they bought him for 120 million from West Ham, always exactly knowing what kind of players they need to make the next step, and then integrating them into their structure, defensively compact, always relying on their structure, on set plays, having a fantastic balance in the game. So I think all of this and developing over years now, always doing many things right, then you are challenging for the Premier League title.
Are you a bit worried that the needless shirt pulls or needless challenges are becoming a bit of a habit from Jurgen? Is it something you need to iron out these games and adjust into the English Premier League?
Yes, everyone has to adjust to the Premier League. So when you come especially from Spain, it's more technical, not so physical, quicker. Yes, that's it. We knew this, and I mention it very often. It doesn't make it easier when players arrive on deadline day, and when you have such a tight schedule. Yes, so you have to learn through the competition, through these games, and he will, like all the others did. So that's again, and we are Crystal Palace, so I think we should never forget this.
Okay.
Mikel Arteta was just saying how pleased he was, obviously, with Emirates' performance and his goal. How would you rate this performance? Difficult to play against the former club?
I don't talk about players from other teams. So yes, he scored the game winner, like for us in the FA Cup final. At that time I was pleased. Today it's the opposite. I don't know what's the word for the opposite of being pleased.
Sad.
Sad.
Is that any other questions?
Did you ever work with Alex after the game?
No, I'm speaking just to you. So.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.